This video is about using the Precious Metal Verifier Pro for small samples. There are a few exceptions to take a look at. First of all, with silver, you can go down very small. This is a 1 gram coin. It's round, so you notice that it covers the sensor. So that's an important aspect of the thing. So we're getting good values, and we are getting a dimension, so we're going to check the dimension for round. And it works. So we're good for 1 gram on silver, especially when it covers the entire area of the sensor. Same is true with things like 10th ounce Krugerrands, for example. That's a 10th ounce Krugerrand, so we're going to go to gold, and we're going to make it 1/10 of an ounce. Okay. So we're getting decent values here, and we get a size. So when we do dimension, we will get the correct answer again. So it's good for the small coins. When you get down to 1 gram in gold, especially when they're in packages like this, it's not that easy to get a good reading. So you have to beware of what results you get. If you fiddle with it, you can kind of get a reading that's decent. For example, now I've got the top reading. If I it's the thing's so thick that it's having trouble seeing it. But if I hold it down, I can kind of get a good reading. It's very difficult to get a size on this bar, but let's see what we can do. It's rectangular, so it's very hard to get to see the size of the bar. You can see though it's not twice as big. For it to have a reading that's pretty decent, and for it to be made out of copper, which it would have to be in order to be fake, it would have to be basically twice the area. And it's not twice the area, even though taking it out of the plastic package would be necessary to check this. And it won't be exact because it's not actually covering the sensor. So you have to be really careful with these things. The other thing about this is that we don't know the weight. And with this plastic package weighing way more than the sample itself, they could put copper in there and it would look the right size and would have the right reading, but since we don't know the weight, it could be very light. So you have to be very careful with these very, very small gold samples, especially in cases. Here's one more that's sort of an interesting exception. This is a 1/10 of an ounce platinum, and it's getting to the point where the thinness, the coin is so thin that things are starting to get a little strange. So it's actually marking it as too thin to get a good reading. So these readings are a little bit off, but you can still see they're in the green. That's okay. And if we do dimensions, we can get a decent dimension off this coin. There we go. So we can get a size off that too, but it's right on the hairy edge. But that's a 1/10 of an ounce platinum. So those are some examples of the Precious Metal Verifier Pro with small samples.